because we will be hearing from him. He will be sharing with us in our service the health tip. And without further ado, I introduce to you Brother Tate from Moses Valley Church. He has prepared some health tip to share with the congregants tonight. And without further ado, I'll turn over to Brother Tate. So he will turn on his camera so you can see him, and then he will lead us in the health tip for tonight. Considering that we're going through this coronavirus dilemma, he will share with us some health tips, as it relates to what can we do to improve our situation, etc. All right, so he will share on his camera so that the person who are joining online, who are joining us live online, can see him while they are hearing him. So, Brother Tate, it's all yours.
Thank you, Pastor, and good night to those viewing online. And this evening, I want to share a health tip with you, and I'll be sharing it from one of the book called The Ministry of Healing. We're going to be looking at disease and the mind, how the mind plays a critical role in disease prevention and also in restoration. Many times we realize that our frame of mind can also impact our overall health and well-being as it pertains to our consciousness and our subconscious. Because whenever we have negative thoughts or feelings, what it does, there is a body chemistry which takes place in the body, which can also impact the health. I'm going to read. It says the relation that exists between the mind and the body is a very intimate. So I'm reading from the book Ministry of Healing under the chapter Mind Cure. It says that the relation that exists between the mind and the body is very intimate. When one is affected, the other sympathize. So the relationship between the mind and the body. So if you're, for example, if you have overeaten, then you find out that if you should attempt reading or studying, you find out your mind become cloudy as you can't focus. Because in the case of eating, most of that energy or the blood flow is now flowing to the stomach. So the brain is not getting much oxygen, blood flow to help with the thoughts. It says the condition of the mind affects the health to a far greater degree than many realize. And it is really underestimated how much our mind assists in our health. Many of the diseases, it says, from which men suffer are the result of mental depression, grief, anxiety, discontent, remorse, guilt, distrust, and these all tend to break down the life force and to invite decay and death. So whenever we are feeling down, we should try as best to channel our thoughts and our thinking, because if you feed that thought, then there's a lot of chemistry taking place in the body, which will actually help in increasing the free radical impact on the overall health, and you find out it only tends to disease and death. It says disease is sometimes produced and is often greatly aggravated by the imagination. And sometimes, if you notice, it says that sometimes many persons think their case is even worse than it really is. And because of that, they don't put out the energy and the effort in recovery. And it says that many are lifelong invalid who might be well if they only thought so. Many imagine the very slight exposure will cause illness, and the evil effect is produced because it is expected. I don't know if person ever think of having a cold or any form of illness. Just the thought of it and you find out afterward you start to feel that way. And it is because the mind has conditioned itself in that avenue, and so the expectation bring forth the result. And the final thing is that